Inside the White House, the president is protected by layers of steel, concrete, and highly trained personnel. It is an impenetrable bunker. But the moment the commander-in-chief steps into a vehicle to travel, those static defenses vanish. An open city street is full of elements the Secret Service simply cannot control. Every overpass, every parked car, and every open window represents an unpredictable variable. Because of this constant exposure, the transit route represents the most difficult security environment for a protective detail, requiring them to account for thousands of potential points of failure simultaneously. The hyper-defensive posture of the modern era stands in sharp contrast to earlier protocols, which were defined by the 1963 assassination of John F. Kennedy. Kennedy's 1961 Lincoln Continental was designed for a completely different era of travel.
Instead of focusing on protection, the car was specifically engineered to maximize the president's visibility to the public. The roof was made to be completely removable, and the cushions on the rear seats, where the president sat, were raised up. They even extended the vehicle to include a middle row of jump seats. These modifications gave crowds a clear view, but left him completely exposed. That tragedy forced an immediate operational shift. The motorcade could no longer act as a public parade, and so it had to be rebuilt into a heavily armored rolling fortress capable of surviving invisible modern threats. To understand how this modern fortress operates, imagine a remotely triggered bomb hidden beneath a manhole cover right along the planned route. The vanguard of the motorcade, known as the route cars and sweepers, will drive past this spot first. Their job is to clear physical obstructions from the road ahead, but they have no way to identify a hidden digital trigger waiting to be pulled. That specific threat is neutralized by this vehicle, the Electronic Countermeasure, or ECM, Suburban. This diagram illustrates barrage jamming. Roof-mounted antennas emit massive radio frequencies that flood the area. This noise is so overpowering that bomb activation signals physically cannot get through to the receiver. Before the president's actual vehicle even arrives at the site, the motorcade's invisible digital armor has completely neutralized the threat. When the danger isn't digital, the motorcade relies on physical layers of defense. The second major test comes from an attacker with a clear line of sight, such as a sniper positioned in an elevated window. The defense starts with visual deception. They deploy two perfectly identical limousines, forcing an attacker to guess which car carries the target. Even if they guess correctly, penetrating the car itself is incredibly difficult. While it looks like a luxury sedan, the current limousine, nicknamed the Beast, is built on a truck platform to support over 15,000 pounds of custom armor. The doors alone are 8 inches thick. The interior is hermetically sealed against chemical attacks. The tires are designed to keep driving even if they're shot out, and there is a dedicated supply of the president's blood type kept continuously refrigerated inside. If a direct hit does occur, trailing right behind the limousines is the halfback car. This carries a counter-assault team, a heavily armed response force designed to immediately lock down the site and engage the attacker directly. Against a kinetic attack, the strategy combines visual confusion to delay the shot, heavy physical armor to absorb the impact, and immediate counterfire to secure the perimeter. The final scenario involves heavy ordnance. Imagine an attacker aiming a guided rocket launcher directly at the limousines. To counter this, both the presidential limousines and the ECM vehicle are equipped to instantly deploy an infrared smokescreen. This animation shows how that defense works. The chemical compound blocks visible light while simultaneously concealing the physical heat signatures of the vehicles. This blinds the sensors on guided tracking missiles, preventing them from locking onto the target. While the smoke provides cover for the Beast to flee the impact zone, specialized rear support units activate. A dedicated hazardous materials mitigation unit is equipped to treat the immediate fallout from chemical or biological weapons. And no matter how chaotic the evasion gets, communication remains intact thanks to the Roadrunner. This vehicle maintains a direct encrypted satellite link straight to the Pentagon. Even in a worst-case evasion scenario, this feed ensures the president is never disconnected from the military and retains full operational control of the country. The dozens of individual vehicles moving in formation function as a single, synchronized organism, where every driver and every piece of equipment fulfills a specific, interlocking role. Together, they successfully replicate the communication, medical, and defensive functions of the Oval Office, all while moving down a public street at 60 miles per hour. Beyond the justified security concerns, deploying a massive convoy of specialized hardware serves as a visible piece of global theater. When the motorcade rolls through a city, it serves as a projection of national strength, a mobile fortress evolved from the failures of 1963 and hardened by 60 years of technical experience.